Hello everyone, this is Mark Flopsy Shepherd once again, and welcome back to my series on tutorial videos on how to use the Neo Lemmix tools. So in the last video I covered the use of the Neo Lemmix Editor. I'm sure there's a majority of people who can work that out for themselves, but I'm just putting it up there just in case it becomes a useful resource to refer to. Something I failed to mention in that video as well is how to get in contact with people if you're having issues. Now, obviously, the first thing you can do is go to the Lemmings forums, which I've shown here, and then create a topic in the level design or Neo Lemmix sections of the forum, or Lemmings forum, Lemmings help. Sorry, pick whichever thing you think is appropriate. The other thing you can do is you can come to this site called webchat.quakenet.org, and this page will come up. Now, if you look at Namida's Lemmings page and go to the home part of it, if you need to contact me or want to discuss anything Lemmings related, why not visit the Lemmings forums or join our IRC channel #NeoLemmix on QuakeNet. And obviously, you don't just have to talk to Namida, you can talk to myself, there's other people like you go to lot, Nepster, Proxima, Mobius, they're around in the IRC channel quite a lot. They're all happy to help. They'll probably be very happy to see new people in there in the IRC channel, to be honest, so you probably get a lot of attention if you suddenly walk in. Now, the first thing you need to do is, when you get to this page, is just type the name that you want to be known by in this chat. And I'll get rid of the one that's already open, just to make things less confusing. For example, I'm known as Flopsy, so I put Flopsy. And then I put #Neo Lemmix. Once I've done that, press join chat. There you go. Chat is up. And that's everyone who's present in the chat. Q and Lovely are just bots that inform you of forum posts. Because if you come in here, it's a chat room, but it also displays when people post on the forums as well. I think it only posts for the Neo Lemmix side of things, though. It doesn't post all the licks stuff. There's also a licks chat if you're curious. It's just #licks, and that'll be run by Simon. But Namida's the main guy in here, but he's not here at the moment. He hasn't been around a lot recently, so that's not normal. That's normal. Simon's in here though. He's the person who runs the licks, the #licks chat. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Anybody's welcome in here, as long as you're frequenting the Lemmings forums. Even if you come on occasionally, you're still welcome in there. Just don't want loads of people who are not involved with the Lemmings forums in there, that's all. Okay, so in this video I'm going to go through the Flexi Toolkit. And I've already gone through in the previous video how to where to get the Flexi Toolkit and where to get the graphic set tool from. So if you're not sure where to get them from, I'd probably say refer to that video, but it's on this site anyway, neolemmix.com. So I'm coming out of the editor folder, which I was still on from the last video, and Flexi Toolkit is actually just a file on its own. You don't actually need a specific folder for it. So I just put it in the Neo Lemmix folder as a standalone file. So if you double click it, bet this come up, but I'll show it just for the hell of it. I've got a taskbar link for it, just like I do with the editor, and the graphic set tools next to the Flexi Toolkit here. So when it comes up, don't be overwhelmed by it. So this title is just what you want to call your level pack, and allow external level files. I don't really understand what that means personally, but I just allow it anyway because I don't use it anyway, but it's there in case it's needed. Enable level and image mass dump. I'll explain to you what that means because there is an option in the Neo Lemmix player to be able to export all the levels as image files or level files. If you go into my Neo Lemmix folder here, there's a folder called dump. And what I've done is I've gone into the Lemmings thing and got it to put all the original levels out as level files. So basically I've got every level in the original Lemmings there saved as a level file such that I can open the editor, go back to that. Look, there's just dig, which is 0101, and basically what it does is 01 is the rank, and the next two numbers after that are the level number. So if you want a rank, if you want Mayhem, for example, Mayhem 6, which I'll show you. I think I wanted to show you Mayhem 6 because of something in the I'm loading the 2-player levels there, sorry. I thought it was rank 5 for some reason. Yeah, it exports all the 2-player levels as well. There's 20 of them. As you can see, that's the 6th level from the 2-player. Still the wrong level. That's the one. There you go. That's what happens when you put water on terrain, look. Only on terrain. There you go. Only on terrain is ticked as well. So I just wanted to show that off, but also what dump means. So yeah, there's an option where you can enable levels to be dumped. So if you don't want people to get copies of your levels in your NXP for their own use, obviously people on the Lemmings forums are very reasonable people. They're not going to come along and steal your levels and credit them as their own. We haven't had a case of that happening yet, as to my knowledge, and I hope it never does happen. But if you don't want people to get hold of copies of your levels just by having the NXP, then untick that. But I'm going to keep mine ticked for when I release my level pack. Lemming sprites based on graphics set. Because there's only 2 Lemming sprites in existence, without all the custom ones that probably exist, it's either always regular or always Christmas. And obviously we all know what the Christmas Lemmings look like. They look like they're wearing Santa costumes. If you want to be funny, you can put always Christmas on and just have Christmas Lemmings come out in every level in your NXP. But if you just put based on graphics set, it will already put Christmas Lemmings on if you've actually got the Christmas graphics set in use. Right, so this is the next thing. These game texts are basically all the texts in the game that you can customize. It won't. If you want to add additional screens full of text, then that's done in a different bit. As in screen text that are displayed before and after levels, you're able to add them in. You can't put them anywhere else though. Okay. So you've got title screen second line. That'll be always displayed, but the scroll, that'll be what's always displayed on the title screen, because that's one you can customize, and it's usually to display who it's by. Hence why it says by unknown author. It's giving you a suggestion there what to use it for. But obviously you don't have to have it by unknown author. You can have anything there that you choose. And scroller text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, sorry, are always empty. And then it goes thanks to. Now these are the texts that will come along that little yellow marquee thing that the Lemmings wind at the bottom. Now usually it's common courtesy to leave 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Basically, 5 through 14, I recommend not changing because it's nice to credit the people who have brought you the Neo Lemmix tools in your level pack. So I wouldn't recommend changing them because these guys are awesome. Because without these guys, you wouldn't even have all this stuff. 15 and 16, though, it's like, what are you waiting for? Go play the game already. You know, you can change them to your heart content. Obviously, you can get rid of 5 to 14 if you really want to. If you really want to just make something funny out of the scrolling text. But if you're going to do this, I can't remember what the character limit is. Just let me refer to Namida's page. What does it say? Yeah, it tells you about the mass edit screen as well. So basically, if you put mass edit up there, you can see every single. There we go. Maximum length 36 characters per line. So there we go. Just make sure you don't exceed 36 characters on each line. But there's a 32 character limit for that one up the top there, which is the title screen's second line. Now something else that's further down, if you scroll down, is you can change what's said in the results screen. Like you remember rock bottom, I hope for your sake that you nuked that level. And there's one for each line, and there's a 36 character limit on each of these lines, so you can potentially have 72 characters if you're really smart on those. Look, one lemming short, near pass, exact pass, good, great, 100%. So there's quite a few there. So now we'll go on to levels. Now I assume when you're viewing this that you've already got levels and you want to make an NXP out of them. So you get ranks and levels here. So for ranks, that's a nice Wafflem's messaged me. You always have a knack for messaging me during my videos, Wafflem. So rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 5. Let's just assume we want 5 ranks. Now if we click rank 1, we can change the name of it down here. For example, I'm going to change it to inviting. And then rank 2 is going to be cool. And I can't remember the name of the third rank. I can remember the 5th rank is obnoxious. I think rank 4 is inconsiderate. Okay, it doesn't matter what rank 3 is called. I'll just call it Medi. So there, we've got our 5 ranks. If you decide you want to change the order of them, there's move up and move down buttons here. If you want to get rid of one completely, just select it and press delete. And then we just add the levels. Make sure you've got the rank selected that you want to do before you start messing around with these down here. Now this move up and move down refers to this bit down here. So for example, what do we want to add to our... Let's add 13 little skulls. What else do we want to add? The Call of Kyushu, which is a final rank level. So we want it to move to the next rank. So if I press to the next rank while I've got a level selected, it will appear in the cool rank, which is the next rank. But I want it to move again, so I'm just going to press to the next rank again. And then and it's the same with considerate until it's all the way up in obnoxious. So there we go. That's how to previous rank and to next rank work. So if we double click on a level, we get preview text and post view text. Now you only need to use these if you want a text screen to display before the level starts. Now, this follows the same rules as the mass edit thing. You got a 32 character limit this time though, not 36. So for example, if you wanted to say welcome to Megabytes, I hope you enjoy this pack. And then I'll say, well done, keep it up. So there we go. When you start that level for the first time, you will see that on the screen on its own. And then you'll see this when you beat the level. I'm not sure if you beat that. I'm not sure if you fail the level, if post view text still comes up. I'm sure someone could correct me there. So anyway, what else have we got? If we got more than one level in a rank, which I need to add. No. Yeah, that's a mistake I make quite a lot. I use the wrong add buttons. If you press the add and delete up here, it adds new ranks and deletes ranks, so you don't want that. Got tribute to Bob Holness. So if I want to move that up, there we go. Then we can move it down again. That's just a way of reordering levels in your NXP. When I say NXP, that is the name of the file you are creating. That's the file extension of what we're creating. So the next thing I need to do is what graphic sets are contained in it. Now the graphic sets that are already contained in the NXP file specifically and don't need to be put in again are all the original Lemmings graphic sets. So, you know, Dirt, Hell, Pillar, Marble, and Crystal. Even if it's a Genesis one, it's included. Oh, no more Lemmings. That's Brick, Snow, Bubble, and I can't remember the fourth one. Brick, no, Bubble, and Rock. You know, Rock, the one with the lizard and the X that says out on it. It looks like Stonehenge. All the Lemmings plus 2, Lemmings plus 3, and Lemmings plus 4 graphic sets are included because they're Namida's graphic sets, and he's like the sole creator of Neo Lemmix with help from Napster, obviously. So his graphic sets are included as standard. I don't think he's got the Lemmings plus 5 graphic sets included at the moment, so just include them to be safe. The Christmas set's included, which is just basically snow with Christmas decorations in it. The Sega set, which is the white and blue checkered thing from the Master System version. And the horror set, which is from Doomsday Lemmings, which is another of Namida's packs. So if your graphic sets are all on this list, you don't need to put anything in here at all. But if you've got a graphic set that's not included on this list, then you need to add it. For example, the levels I've added, they all need graphic sets of their own. So a way to get these is you should always already have the graphic set in the editor. So go to your editor folder, go to styles, and then select the graphic set, because you'll need to throw this into the finished NXP file. Now the level that I've picked is a honeycomb graphic set, but it's actually a moderation of the honeycomb graphic set. So I actually need to pick the specific version that I need. And what was the other one? It was Menace. It was Gronk 1 Menace. And what else have I got? I have got it was Egypt, I think. Egyptian. Yeah, that's it. So once you've completed that list, you're fine. You can move on. The download option is there in case you want to download any of the files that are already in the NXP and you haven't got them anymore. So basically, it's a way of extracting files from the NXP. So, we're on to the music now. Now, you've got an option. You can build the music into the NXP, in which case you'll be inflating the size of the NXP file with the size of the music file proportionately. Now, if you're going to have a lot of music in your pack and it's going to really inflate the size of the NXP file, and when I say really inflate it, I mean, it goes above 20 megabytes or something, you might benefit from having a music pack as a separate thing. Now, if you put in the music pack thing, when you create your NXP, you'll get a separate music pack file. Excuse me. Now, you're probably asking why you want to create two separate files. Well, sometimes there are some people out there that want to play the pack but don't really care much for the music and don't really want to download a very large music pack file. And some people just want to play pack and just have their own music. So don't be offended by that. It's just the way people are. But if you want it, you're just making it easier for them because then they don't have to download the music. And then they'll just have to download the NXP file only, which will be a very, very small download for them. And another benefit of having a music pack is sometimes people can't download big files, and if you have the music pack, if you don't have the music pack and you decide to build in all the music, you're making the NXP file very, very big in itself, and you're making it harder for people to download. And so your player base will probably be lower as a result. So, as a golden rule, if you're going to have a lot of music in a pack, please, please, please put it in a music pack. And I will make a music pack just to show you what happens. I'm not going to make it very big because I just need to remember what music is in. If you're ever unsure what levels, what your level music is, if you double click the level and bring up the text, preview text and post view text, it tells you what's in use. Look, there's blockbusters. So what else do we need? PSP Egypt. So we'll get them. Put them in the music pack. PSP Egypt. There we go. And there is blockbusters. So there we go. And the add to internal is just basically, I want to move it across to the built-in. Hold on. Oh no, that's just a way to add to the music pack and add to internal. Sorry, I got confused then. I thought it's just a way to move them across. You obviously have the option to play them as well. I think it's playing. Headphones are working properly. My headphones are definitely not working properly. I think one of them's gone. I think one of the sides is gone. I hate headphones, especially the little ones, the little in-ear headphones. You always get one side breaking, and it just completely defeats the use of them. There we go. So that about does it for the music tab. So this is where it gets really, really complicated now. If you want to customize other things in the game, I mean, you can change the logo here, for example. In which case, I'm going to insert the one from mine Wafflem's collab pack, Megabytes. You can insert rank signs as well. That was the name of the third rank, Sketchy. There you go. And it's mostly use alpha channel, but if you've got a specific transparent color to use, then you need to select use transparent color. But obviously it doesn't work for that one because it's going to make it just creates a black background look. You want to make it look as transparent as possible. And menu background, I'm going to insert my custom made, well, with the help of Wafflem, of course. It's just a standard background with a bit of a red tint on it. And if you want to get really fancy, you can play around with things like menu font, play game sign. They're just basically all the signs that the Lemmings are holding. You know, you can pretty much modify everything pretty much. And menu scroller. You know, you can play around the menu scrollers at the bottom. But for this, you've got to make all your own graphics for them. You know, this is like very, very outside the box type stuff. So if you've got an idea in mind for, you know, changing anything on the menu or the HUD, then this is where it all comes out. If you want to change the Lemming graphics, this is way, way advanced stuff, this is. So don't worry if you've got nothing for these bits. If you're just happy with having the NXP the way it is, I mean, I can show you an example right now of what a standard NXP would look like. For that, I'd probably have to use version 1.43. Nope, wrong one again. That's what the normal HUD will look like. It'll just say Neo Lemmix and it'll have a standard black background look. And, you know, if you don't even include rank signs, you could have step 1, 2, and 3, or up to 5, you know, however many ranks you've got. It'll just say step, no matter what your rank name is. So that's just what the standard HUD looks like. But if you want to change any of that, that's where all this comes into play. Now, custom Lemming graphics, this is way, way beyond what I can cover for you. But if you want to do your Lemmings custom Lemmings graphics, you need to make sure you do them really well, because you need to make sure they match the standard Lemming graphics pretty spot on. If you just want to do things like change the color, it's probably going to be pretty easy. Like if you want to turn them into black and white Lemmings, for example, that will probably be quite easy to do, but it just involves a lot of changing the color and everything. But that doesn't involve changing the amount of pixels, the pixels that you the pixels and stuff. So if it stays the same shape and you just want to change the color, that's probably something that's much easier to do. Something else that you can do is you can customize the level screen at the bottom. For example, you can change the skill panel, which I can show you. I've got a skill panel here somewhere. There it is. Look, that's what it looks like. It's just this panel without the skills on it. And then there's the skill panel mask. Which I think is that. You can change the way the digits are displayed. For that you need to include a picture with all the possible numbers and digits on it. You can choose what the infinity sign looks like. You can choose what the skill blackout looks like. If you ever find out that you've uploaded the wrong thing, and you want to get rid of it, you just press clear on it and it'll turn back into a placeholder. If it's got a placeholder, that means there's nothing inserted. So skill icon backgrounds, I think that's what I was supposed to do with skill icons. I should probably also add as well, if you come to Namida's website, If you move on to the intermediate tutorial, I think it is. You get the default system images here. No, I don't want to do that. That's the wrong thing I downloaded then. I should probably add as well that Namida's got a Flexi Lemmix tutorial on his site as well. You can access it by going to the Flexi Toolkit part of the site. I'm just basically repeating a lot of what he says on there. So don't be overwhelmed by this tutorial. There are resources available for it. I can't remember the exact location of where he got these, where you get these from, but there is a part on this site where you can actually find the things that Namida used for his Lemmings Plus skill icon backgrounds and everything. But I can't find it at the moment. There you go. Basically, some things come with a mask as well. That's where you put it. If you want to put your rank names in as well, this is where you put them, look. And as you can see, the rank names come up as well because they get pulled from the previous tab. Okay, so we're not going to do anything with the custom Lemming graphics. If you want to put a talisman page in, this is where you put it. Although I'm no expert on that. I don't think they're really issues, to be honest. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to save it. And when you save it, you need to save it as system.dat. Don't change that. You've got to make sure you change it as, keep it as system.dat. And problem with having multiple system.dats is you need to keep them in different folders. So try and make a folder specifically for the NXP that you're trying to create for. So if you're making multiple NXPs, I'd recommend having different folders for each one, because you can only have one system.dat per NXP, and you don't want them in the same folder, otherwise you might overwrite them. Now basically with that system.dat, no one can modify your NXP. So if they have the NXP, they won't be able to open in Flexi without the system.dat file. So if you want to send your NXP off to other people to check, you need to send the system.dat file with it, because this is not the same as the NXP itself. Now I'm not going to save this because it will save over what I've already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my system.dat, which is the finished version. It might take a while as well, because so it's megabytes the final version, and nothing much changes in this. Look, there's all 30 levels in the NXP. And what I should also mention as well is, if you intend on making a rank sign for something, then you should tick the box has rank sign, because otherwise it won't appear in this bit here, look, as something to upload. And as you can see, that's all the graphics that are included in my NXP. And there's all the music. And for the other data, I did what I did before. So what I do is, when I'm happy with everything and I want to create an NXP, go to build NXP. I've already got it here, look, but if you just want to overwrite it, you can always just double click on it and ask to replace it, but I haven't changed anything, so it's going to be the same. And this thing will probably take a while. There you go. Once you see that NXP created in Joy, then it's ready. So I'm going to go and find it now and show you what you just created. You should create a specific place for it, and it should be where your system.dat file is. It's in here. There's my system.dat, and there's the megabytes. There's the NXP. That's what we created. That's what we boot up when we want to boot up the actual level pack itself. That's the save file, NXSV. And that's the music pack, that is. As you can see, look, it's 91 megabytes, and I've got like 30 tracks on it. So that's why, and the NXP itself is 3 megabytes. That's why you want to make a separate music pack file, just to separate those two out, because that's only the music and that is the NXP. Now the music needs to stay in the same folder as the NXP, otherwise it won't work. So I'm going to show you what this created NXP is created. There we go. Yeah, the logo is not exactly perfect, but that's what my uploaded logo looked like anyway. Look, there's all the rank signs. Fighting, cool, sketchy, inconsiderate, obnoxious. Look how they come up. So it's important to know what size image file you're creating as well when you are making the images. For example, the rank sign, inviting, needs to be about the size of that sign there, not including the arrow keys. You don't need to include the arrow keys in the image. You just need to include what's to the right of the arrow keys. As you can see, the scroller text is showing all those lines that we had in order. So below the play, level select, rank, settings and quit, it's always going to display what the level pack's called, which is what we wrote in this box here. So that's going to appear on the line down there. And then wherever the title screen's second line is, it says by Flopsy and Wafflem. So that's there as well. And below that, it's always going to display what Neo Lemmix player version it is. So you can't change that. And then the scroller, the yellow marquee at the bottom, is just going through the scroller text 1 to 16 in the order they're displayed. So that's about it, really. Obviously, you'll find issues with your NXP, and you'll probably have to end up rebuilding it. You know, it is normal to have to rebuild NXP files multiple times. Don't worry about it too much. That's another advantage of having the music pack not built in, having the music pack as a separate file, because then the Flexi Toolkit doesn't need to keep recreating it over and over. Well, I think it does have to recreate it over and over each time, but I think it's probably an easier process than having it built in. So I think all that's left to do is explain what the menus are about. I don't really use the menus. I only use the menus when I have to open, save, or build NXPs. There is a replay manager, but I don't really use it, so I can't really explain it to you. Again, just like the Neo Lemmix Editor, there is an About tab which tells you what version of the toolkit you're using. So that's about it, really. So I hope this video has been useful for you lot. It's shorter than the editor video, that's for sure. So thanks a lot for watching. In the next video I will be showing you a brief introduction on how to create graphic sets. So I'll see you next time.